On fourth down, Smith. He's got his tight end fan. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
First down, Seahawks.
Here's Smith. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next the score, Seahawks 7, Raiders 0. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Walker now on 1st and 10. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And the Seahawks first down.
Here's Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. That's complete right around the 8. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Raiders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
From his end zone, it's Carr on 3rd and long. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Gino. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Smith on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Carr. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Carr now to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverage.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, they end with a turnover.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot here before break. Smith toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
You're mine. Express! Express! 694!
Throwing again on second down. Carr, a dump off for Abdullah. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
After the interception, here's Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something because we're into the third quarter and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Here's Johnson with a reception. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. On first down, Carr. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives. And you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 40, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Raiders nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. Tyron Johnson, 75 yards. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do, and you saw the celebration. Pure unbridled joy after that one.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. From the gun on third down, Smith. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Denzel Berryman. And the Raiders will have solid field position as they take over at the 45-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. He's got a man complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Carr now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On play action, now Carr. He'll find his tight end, that's Waller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. A loss of 2 there, second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Throwing now is Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Raiders! Darren Waller with a touchdown grab for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. 14 now as he sends this one away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match the opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Smith. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Geno now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Out of the gun, Smith. And Walker has it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Geno on first down. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
to throw again on second down. Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Now it's Smith. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Another try for Petty. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. The extra point now coming from Myers. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Carr to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Throwing his Carr. He's going to take another shot here. And unable to
connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They go with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and overtime we go. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
3rd and 2, Smith. And this one is incomplete. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, it looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play out.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Carr. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
When I come through the pain, never been about the money or the fame, but when it bring both, so here we go.